So this is gonna be basically the biggest war in all of history as of now. So the war um against Rome begins. Rome is of course the world's global superpower, the global hegemon of this world, but not everybody is happy with this. Okay, as well. Of course, the Asian countries don't really care. They're not really involved with this, but Egypt, they are not very happy. Egypt has basically been the opposition country to Rome's complete domination of the globe, of the world, and they have basically been the number one country in since probably, for probably centuries. Okay, Rome has been the number one country. They have been defeated before, obviously, but this is enough. And Rome's Triangle Squad, the anti-Rome alliance, essentially, as well, they basically said enough is enough, and we gonna defeat Rome's behind, because they don't want to say the A word. Also, there is for some reason, a capital city in the middle of the ocean. I don't know how that happened as well, but yeah. However, Rome is just as powerful as all of these countries combined. So, yeah. Okay. So the first order of business with Rome is to push back on the land borders. So that's what Rome does. They push back on the land borders as well here. And they push back against the Egyptian forces very, very quickly. Okay. As well. Yeah. However, this Greek country who was a part of the alliance, as well, could put the alliance map mode also above here. So we have the triangle members as well here. Here, all four of them as well. So this this Greek country, they want revenge. They push back Rome all the way here. Rome doesn't really have many ships here, so they are pushed back navally as well here. They'll also push back a little bit to here, and they actually make a small landing on the Turkish peninsula, and they also kind of block Rome off here. So this is actually a major blow because, however, they can't really push further because they are, not a strong country. Here. And they have limited success on the Turkish front as well, the Anatolian front here. Egypt sees this as an opportunity to kind of invade with the navy, to invade up. However, they're being pushed back by the Roman navy down to here, and they're being pushed back to the Libyan coast as well here, and they're also being pushed back over here towards Crete as well. They're also bombarding the capital of this country, pink country right here, this pink country that gained their independence centuries away from Rome. However, Rome sees this as an opportunity to finally get their colonies back, as these used to be Roman colonies, and Rome, of course, wants them back as well. Yeah. Rome starts to basically invade this country very, very quickly, and it's not looking too good for the Triangle team. Triangle team has seen limited success against Rome. However, for this country, it continues to get invaded further and further as well here. And a new alliance is formed. This is the Roman Circle Alliance, which is basically just these two countries. However, a third country joins the alliance, which is the Dutch country. This Dutch country joins the alliance as well here. So these three countries basically fighting against Egypt and its allied countries as well here. So they do push back a little bit against these, the Circle Alliance a little bit, but not doing very, very well. However, Rome promises the Persian country, this country right here, that basically you'll get more land if you help us with, and they join the Circle Alliance, as well as this Yemeni country. They both join the Circle Alliance as well here. Of course, they're not familiar with Rome's political views, so they take this as an easy opportunity to say, "Hey, we're gonna help you. Well, we can get more land too." So they invade Kuwait and Iraq. The Iranian country and the Yemeni country is not too strong. They gained their independence from Egypt as well here. They push a little bit, but they're not too strong as well here. However, this gives this country breathing room to push back against the Egyptian army as well here, and they push all the way back to reconnect with this line here. And these colors, we're using basically the same color here, but they push back here, and they both do a joint effort to. Okay, we gotta change the color. Here. Here, and this country right here, they also start to invade Egypt. And Egypt is kind of panicking. I know this is kind of like the least populated lands. Egypt needs a new ally. Okay, there is one country that is willing to help Egypt as well, because Egypt is kind of being destroyed by this war. Okay, they weren't anticipating the Persian country. They weren't anticipating the Yemeni country join in, because these two countries over here are kind of allied with the Arabian UAE country as well. Yeah, this country is also allied, but they're one of the weakest countries in the world. They'll be overran as well. Here, however, they get an unlikely ally. Rome does. However, an unlikely ally joins as well, and that is this Brittany country. They join. They, with the help of the Scottish, they join too. The Scottish join too as well, because they say, hey, we can basically provide as a decent distraction for Rome, because they're basically going to lose if they don't have anybody else as well here. So the Scottish destroy whatever navy they have up here as well. They destroy whatever navy they have up here. This is basically destroyed. As well, they also push back again. They also defeat Rome, push Rome back massively as well. How Rome prepared for this, and they kind of make a giant blockade with the help of the Dutch country as well. This British country starts to push back massively as well, and yeah, this is not looking very, very good for Rome, as they're very losing the Iberian front as well. That's because many of the Iberian commanders, they do not like the idea of living under the Roman rulership. They weren't assimilated like the French were by the time as well, and it really shows the overextension of Rome as well. The Iberians create a massive rebellion as well as the Moroccans. They basically, we both agree to basically defeat Rome. They are like, hey, we have to beat Rome as well. Rome, however, had enough. They defeat a lot of the rebels in Iberia, and they pushed back the Moroccan rebels a little bit as well. However, Iberia is still very unstable, and this will not be the last time we'll see any rebels out of Iberia from Rome. However, for Egypt manages to push back Rome a little bit, and circling these troops over here as well. However, the Romans decided to go through here, and they are basically they're basically being pushed back as well. And this Greek country started to push them back here, and this country is Rome is kind of cooked now. The Greek country now starts to push their land back a little bit as well here. And they actually connect with this coast right here. However, they can't really move much forward or back or start further. However, they do push down into the Greek peninsula. However, they start to realize the culture here is completely different. It's completely Romanized, and yeah, the Greeks were basically pushed back as well, and Rome has basically assimilated everyone here to its religion, ethnicity, and culture. And yeah, the Greeks are not too happy about this, obviously, and they reconquer the Greek peninsula. And they're also losing the Anatolia front, Rome is, which is not a very good sign because Rome needs the Anatolian front. They kind of do as well here. The Roman front just completely collapses here. It completely, utterly collapses right here. The Anatolian front cannot be saved. Hundreds of thousands of troops die here by both sides, and yeah, this is considered a major decisive victory for Egypt and its allies. However, they ignored this royal front brewing and using the alliance map mode. Yeah, but yeah, Rome is completely pushed out. Yeah. Here. The French the Britannians are kind of doing the best pushing back Rome. And however, basically they're not doing very well in this front. They are doing very poorly against Persia. Persia is not a very strong country. Obviously, they're a very new country. They don't really have much population. But Egypt, the second strongest country, is being pushed back by Persia. However, they're not really able to get much far past here. With the UAE, because the UAE, Persia, and Yemen are not very strong countries as well. They do provide a nice distraction for Egypt, but they're basically invading the lesser populated lands, which Egypt can basically fight them back later as well. Yeah. Then we have the invasion of the Greek islands here. They actually blockade this little area here. Egypt does, so they basically take out this entire area. Yeah. And then they also move a bit forward over here. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Roman Navy does utterly continues to just destroy the navy of these two countries right here. And yeah, these navies are completely destroyed. Rome continues to push into this country right here and starts to push into this Libyan country right here. Here. And they also start to push into here. And also they start to reclaim Morocco and Moroccan land here. The Dutch are able to push Brittany outside of this part of Rome as well here. Here, and another country joins the Triangle Alliance. Yes, this really shows how screwed Rome is as well. The German country, no, it's the Norwegian country. They join along with the Swedish country. They don't like Rome. Rome has created a giant coalition against them. This Georgian country joins inside of Egypt as well here. Yeah, they're kind of late, but they joined anyways as well here. However, they'll be a valuable asset to pushing Persia outside of. However, they'll be a valuable asset of pushing Persia out. So they start to push Persia out of its land here, and they start to push this country out here. Okay. And with the Georgians' help, they also start to push back the Yemenis troops massively here. The Yemenis, they surrender. Yeah, they surrender. They give up as well. Meanwhile, Persia will continue fighting on as well. Yeah, but they'll push back basically to the borders as well here. Meanwhile, the front on Rome isn't going too kindly as well. They capture the Dutch country, and the Dutch country is being steamrolled again. They're basically being steamrolled by the Norwegian country. They're being steamrolled as well. Also, they liberate Austria and Germany from Roman control. Yeah. This gives Brittany a little bit of breathing room as they are able to recapture a lot of this land here. Meeting up with the troops up here. And yeah, Rome is in panic mode because the rebellion up here, down here, they can't really fight this rebellion anymore, so they get a lot of steam as well. The Moroccan rebellion as well here. This pink country, which is basically almost dead, pushes back against Rome as well here, as they move all troops away from the pink country as well. Yeah. The Egyptian Navy also starts to push back the Roman Navy over here, and they actually start to make a. They actually manage to defeat the Roman Navy over here, and they actually connect to the boot of Italy as well. Yeah, Rome is not having a fun time. Although, then this is the final nail in the coffin. They get the Triangle Alliance gets Poland on their side, which is the third strongest country in the world, which Rome's readers. Rome is now entering the civil war, and the emperor gets assassinated, as well as Poland basically starts to steamroll the Balkan Peninsula. They start to steamroll into, down here with the Egyptians coming down here, and yeah. The new Roman emperor basically wants a ceasefire. They don't want to fight anymore as well. Meanwhile, the Moroccan rebellion continues to go into the Iberian Peninsula as well here. And Roman army, the last day, most of these countries make huge, massive gains in this war. Okay. And Rome surrenders. Here they surrender. They're over to these countries, basically, and Rome is defeated. Now it's have to just defeat Persia, and a lot of the European countries leave the war because they don't really see a point fighting a war against Persia. Here, they don't see a war at all, point fighting Persia as well. Egyptians basically send these two countries an ultimatum once they start invading these two countries. Persia is much harder to invade, obviously, but they're gonna lose either way. They're fighting against basically the whole world, and they both surrender. So we finally we have to fix something very quickly. There you go. Is the no? It isn't there. So this is the new map of the world, and yeah, Rome still exists. They exist basically over here. They get to keep these islands though. Yeah, they get to keep these islands though, and they get to keep this area here because these islands have like no population anyways. However, the Iberian country is just completely restored, basically back to its old borders. Besides Morocco, which they will, because of the peace treaty, they have to give them independence because they basically fought against Rome in the war, and you know, we don't have to trade. Okay, we have not messed up anything with the provinces as well. But Iberia has been just completely restored. They have a new government now. They have a new king basically, or emperor here. So the Moroccan country is created. Every country is basically a monarchy or aristocracy. This country, Aquitania, is created. And so France is not back. We have Switzerland back. Yeah, Switzerland is a okay. We got. Yeah, there's the capital city. We have this Northern Italy country. That's what it's gonna call for now. Yeah, we have the Swiss country. No, Luxembourg's country. I think this is Luxembourg as well. This like southern Netherlands country. Also, this little island in Netherlands gained independence because as Netherlands has just been reduced to just 3 provinces. The Norwegian country, I don't know if they'll be able to hold this because they control most of Germany. The Polish country has extended massively over here. Bosnia has been re-released as well. Greece has one of the former land, so this is the original Greek Empire. And they actually keep the capital in Crimea. They do not move it back to Greece because they want Athens back. This country is here, this new Greek country as well. But religion, these countries are very far different because Rome basically destroyed the entire original culture of Greece as well. Then we have a small, tiny country right here. This is basically the Anatolia country. This is a new Anatolia country, so this is a new country, not the ones that used to exist here. This country is completely unique. They have a unique culture and everything as well here. They're kind of salty they didn't get all of the land here because, like religion wise, like this country is completely, and yeah, Persia didn't get punished that much, and this country didn't get punished that much as well. here, and they take 2 provinces from Persia, which they're not a very strong country anyway. So they take 2 provinces from Persia. Here, so we didn't screw up the provinces, so that's a good thing as well. This country didn't get anything out of it, but they just kind of joined after the war. Kind of like the Swedish country didn't gain anything out of it, but what could they have gained out of this? Same thing with the Scottish country. They just joined to help, essentially. So we have a bunch of new countries released from Rome. And of course, I won't be surprised if there's rebellions down here because the Austrian, the Slovenes, they probably won't want to be a power of Poland for much longer as well. And also Germany might revolt too as well. However, the Roman religion is still the complete dominant religion across this as well. Roman has been defeated, but the religion is still number one. Okay. As well, the religion is still number one religion in the world as well. Yeah. Meanwhile, we might see a comeback with the Greek religion, which was created as well. And there hasn't really been much expansion, as basically we had the first truly great war as well here. This took a lot of time to do. Obviously, this video is now approaching 30 minutes long as well here. We have this country right here. Here, this is the first new country. We have this country here. Now of our strong countries, Bosnia. We have we have 4 new countries in France, basically, as well. We have 4 new countries in what's basically France, as well, and we also have the Scottish, and we also have Iberia free once again. So now the power rankings is number 1 is Egypt. Number 2 is Poland. Number 3 is this country, this Greek country right here. Number 4 is Iberia. And number 5 is India. India is now in the top 5 countries. And if we want to go down to 6, 7, these countries are behind India in terms of power rankings, but they are still pretty powerful as well. This Georgian country is number 8. This Azerbaijani country is number 9th. And number 10th is this country. As well, we are going to do a war between these countries, but nope. The entire video was logged in by Rome as well here. Yeah, but that is the current top 10 strongest countries in the world, or strongest empires. And we're starting to see that empires rise and fall. Rome used to have, go from Iberia to this country here, to Anatolia. And now they are now just down to here. But Rome may rise again. You never know. As well, that's because Rome still exists as a country. It's not like France can't make a comeback, or the original Dutch country can't make a comeback, or Germany can't really make a comeback. It will be a new journey of a new government as well. And same thing with Anatolia. Anatolia is not really independent, and unlike in real life, Egypt has now become the number 1 power in the world. Egypt is now the number 1 power in the world because they control the Nile, they control the Middle East, and now they control most of Anatolia, which now makes them the number 1 power. Number 2 is Poland as well. Poland is the number 2 power in the world as well. They're the major power in Europe. However, there's no real country that completely dominates Europe. Meanwhile, the Middle East is completely dominated by Egypt as well. However, Egypt is now a new name, and that is the Mesopotamian it's still Egypt. The Egyptian Mesopotamian Empire, if you want to call it. Or just call it this country Egypt. That's because now they have expanded into Persia as well here. And most of Egypt follows the same religion. So most of Egypt follows the same religion as well here. And they are very tolerant of other religions as well here. And that's the religion map of the world. Ireland, of course, practices their own weird religion, obviously, as well here. But will the Roman religion stand the test of time? That is the real question right here. And yeah, there we go. 40-minute video. We didn't even touch Asia in this video. It was mostly just the big war that lasted at least 5 to 7 years. And these countries like, wow, these people are really fighting over really what was a tiny piece of land, a disputed territory with the UAE country and the Egyptian empire, basically. So let's put this video here. Goodbye.